So you wanna play Shaco jungle, eh? Stay tuned and find out. Hey there guys, it's One Shift 2 Boxes here, and today we're gonna be discussing all the different routes for Shaco jungle. This is the blue side route, so at 35 seconds we place our first box, as you can see. Moving on to the blast cone, where we're patiently waiting for our next box placement. Moving on to wolves, so for our next box placement, you gotta carefully place it outside the wolves range, as you can see. It's like really above the figure triangle. So for our last box, we wait patiently till 129 guys, so we'll proc that double fear on the blue up as soon as it spawns, and from there we see everything unfold. So after clearing your wolf camp guys, you want to look around the map for possible ganks, and then head over to your red buff to secure it and get your level 3 as soon as possible. Since you did blue side route guys, you want to look at the top and middle for your first possible ganks, and when you're looking around, just go ahead and do scuttle just for the extra gold, and especially if you have harvest, extra harvest stack. So moving on to my red buff route, notice how I always follow my bot lane wherever they go, blue or red side. It's because I want a stronger leash for my camps, so that way I can go out there and get as much as I can. This doesn't mean you're forced to start where your bot lane is. You could choose to go blue side with your top laner and do that if you wish. So for these two boxes, it's crucial you put it not as close to Krugs, otherwise it will proc it and ruin this camp. And just like my blue side, I wait for 129 to place my last box, just for that double fear proc. So as a clear red buff, I maxed my E ability instead of my Q, so I could bring the Krugs into the box I placed. You throw in another box right on top of all of them, so we can clear this camp as soon as possible. After clearing your Krugs, you want to head over to your blue buff to get your level 3. Keep in mind that you still want to look around the map for possible ganks while you're doing this. And just like my blue side route, I'll go to scuttle while looking around for ganks for more gold and dark harvest stacks. So this is my red side route number 2. It's a common route for most Shaco player. It's pretty much putting all 4 boxes in your red and finishing your red as fast as possible so you can steal the enemy blue. And while waiting for my box placements, I want to quickly talk about something I've been seeing through all my ranked games lately. And someone from the comments actually addressed exactly what I was thinking about. Let's take a look. The leg 28.99. So to sum up pretty much what he said, most games don't last long enough for him for Dark Harvest to actually pay off. Because, you know, sometimes you get a 15-minute games or 20-minute games or 30-minute games. But who knows, you know, everything's different in every game. So when he gets those early games, he feels like he should have taken electrocute instead of Dark Harvest. Because Dark Harvest should only be used to scam comps in his opinion. Okay, here's what I think. He's not wrong at all. He's right about pretty much everything he said. But does he know how long each of his games are going to last? Does he know everyone's skill level in his own team? Because let's face it guys, there's a lot of bot accounts in this game and also smurfs. So for me, if I have a really bad game and those things happen to me, at least I have Dark Harbors to think about late game for a possible chance to win the game. I'll show you an example of what I mean guys later on in the video. So for this blue side route number 2, it's similar to the red side route number 2, where you place 4 boxes and ask for your team for help for the leash in order for you to steal the enemy buff. So the only downside to doing these buff steals is if the enemy team is smart enough to ward against a Shaco, or maybe the enemy jungler started the buff you're trying to steal, it'll put you slightly behind. So that's why in my rank games, I ask my team if they help me ward against the enemy jungler, so that way I could know or have an idea to where they started. Here's an example of me trying to go steal the enemy red, and as I start walking there, I noticed that he actually cleared it first. You can even start the enemy red first if you choose, but you only have 3 boxes to start with, so choose wisely. So here's the example I was talking about earlier guys, about not knowing what's going to happen in every game. And if you have Dark Harvest, you still have hope even for late game. So my gen fed, and then here he has Rage Quit automatically. So here I am, have a perfect 2-0 lead start because I killed a jungler and top lane. So I'm thinking to myself, is it getting really over? But then I keep reminding myself, I have Dark Harvest, so then I know I got late game. And that my only job I should be doing right now is farming for my harvest stacks and champions. Even when everything looked lost and the dream finally came back, I never gave up.
Joke's on you!